What's good? Nah, I'm playing. How y'all doing? Welcome back to Point After episode 19. It is your host, per usual, Caleb and Jay. Caleb, man. Caleb, how you doing, my boy? A little less laggy this week, my boy.
Yeah, fixed up a little minor, technical difficulties, but it's doing good, bro. Obviously. Yeah, this Sunday, man, spending time with family, get to watch some football. Just finished watching the Warrior game. They pulled it out. They almost gave up that big lead again.
Typical Warriors. Typical Warriors right there.
Yeah, Jesus. For sure. But they pulled it out. Steph Curry was vintage Steph. But I'm excited, man. Let's talk about some sports.
Yeah, man, we got to preview for y'all. We got we'll be talking about will the Chiefs finish 17-0. I'm trying to see what Caleb, who he thinks is QB1, Shadeur or Cam. I'm just trying to see something real quick. We're also going to talk about how Jets are a complete failure and utter failure to this season, and Russell Wilson is back. And
let's cook.
We gonna keep the last topic a little secret. We're gonna keep the last topic a little secret for y'all.
For sure. I gotta say something though, bro. Before we jump into it though,
Yeah.
We ain't gonna touch about it, man. But how you feeling about your boy Jake Moody? And how was your Sunday?
All right, my Sunday. My Sunday was pretty good. Shout out my little brother, saw his baseball game and whatnot.
Oh, y'all win?
To my knowledge, because I saw his first game, not the second one. Won the first game. I'm not too sure on the second one, but shout out my little brother. But
what
I did catch first
base.
That's my dog. That's my dog. Hell yeah! Now he's the hitter too, man. But with the Niners, I caught the first half. It was looking a little iffy. Kyle Shanahan's play calling was vanilla per usual. Using CMC way too much. 13 carries is way too much on the game. I don't want to go on my rant too much. I'm just saying.
Yeah, y'all won. Whoa, y'all won.
Yeah, we won. But Jake Moody, get off the team. We need to get that kicker we just had previously. He's a risk. He's too much of a risk. Get him off the team. He's a sellout. It just disgusts me. It makes me want to throw up. But yeah, Jake Moody, not a fan. I don't want to hear anything
back
about
Robbie Gould.
Please. At this point, I don't give a shit what age he is. And it's also like, he just can't redeem himself for what he did in the Super Bowl as well. It's not forgotten. It is not forgotten. I don't care what anybody says, bro. It is just utter crap. And then when we see him miss that early one, it was just. And if you think about it, if he made that one, we wouldn't be in the situation we would have been in. So, come on. Yeah, y'all had a bye.
Yeah, I get to watch no Raiders game. I'm cool, man. But anyways, jumping into the first topic, man. You touched on it, man. But will the Chiefs finish the season off 17-0? Look, this Chiefs team's playing at a high level. They're pulling wins out their asses. I mean, they get a blocked field goal at the end of the game. It really feels like they have like a leprechaun on the team right now.
Shout out Bo Nix real quick because he did his job.
He's been balling though. He's been balling.
Absolutely. He's been one of the more underrated rookie quarterbacks because Jaden Daniels has been such the talk of the town. Caleb Williams, even though he hasn't played up to par, is always going to be in the conversation. So I think Bo Nix always kind of falls down that little rabbit hole there. But I give him credit, man. He did his job. Is just like you said, Chiefs pulling I don't know what out their ass, bro. Like it.
Yeah, and
they got some curse. They got some juju.
Bro.
They got some. It's this league is questionable sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah, it feels like Patriots Part 2 with the Chiefs.
At this point.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this defense. I mean, all coming into today, they're top 5 in touchdowns allowed. They're top 5 in yards allowed per game. They're top 3 in rushing yards allowed per game. And as a total, this defense, like I said, coming in, only allowing 18 points per game. Like, this defense is playing at such a high level. I know Trey McDuffie did get burnt by Cortland Sutton on that touchdown earlier today. But, man, like, you know what you're going to get out of Trey McDuffie. He's one of the elite corners in this game. You got Leo Chanel at linebacker, Tranquil. I forget his first name. Tranquil? Something like that? Yeah,
It's something
Nick
like
Bolton
that.
is the Nick Bolton as well. They have one of the best linebacking cores in football, arguably the best. Justin Reed at safety is playing at a high level. Can't forget about George Karlaftis, who I believe is one of the more underrated young pass rushers in this game. You have one of the premier interior defensive linemen in Chris Jones. So they're
Chris
putting it
Jones
all
is that
together.
guy, man.
No, 100%. They're putting it all
But
together, and
it's crazy though, because Mahomes is having such a crap year. Like 2,200 yards, he's not even in the top 10. 12 touchdowns and 9 picks. Like they're just pulling out wins like I
bro,
don't like nobody's business.
how,
And
bro?
it's Mahomes' worst year. And to be fair to Mahomes, I can see him like I know me and you kind of talk about it off camera all the time, but he's just gonna pick it up somewhere along the season. But you look down their schedule, they could catch some L somewhere, like I'd say against the Bills. Bills is a definitely possible L. Chargers with the offense, possibly Texans, and then they do play the Steelers and they do play the Broncos again. So I think Broncos may want to get back. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, man. But even just like kind of going on this offense, I know like Mahomes right now is playing like he's doing his best impression of a game manager. Like
Essentially.
he's had some turnovers this year, no question, but for the most part, like he's making the right plays when it matters. And one guy who's gotten a lot of slack throughout the season has been Travis Kelce, but these last few weeks, he's starting to
Finally
look like
turning it
Travis
up.
Kelce again.
Finally
Yeah,
turning it up.
yeah. 2 of these last 3 games, he's recorded a touchdown, and throughout the season as well, he's six. It was six in receptions on the season as well in the entire NFL coming into today. So Travis Kelce's starting to look like Travis Kelce again, and even with Mahomes' stats right now, still has the sixth best QBR in the entire NFL. So, like I said, he's managing right now, and I feel like just a matter of time, it's gonna come. He's gonna go on a run. It's gonna
It's,
come.
it's
It's
gonna
going
be
to.
those 300-yarder games, 5 touchdowns. Yeah, I just see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
But Caleb, man, I got a question for you.
What's up?
Who is your quarterback one? Are you going? Are you feeling
That's what we
Mr.
doing next. Like, huh?
Are you feeling Mr. Cam Ward or are you just Shadeur? What we doing?
Look, if you're asking me for a Raider fan, I mean, I don't know if you know if I'm a Raider fan or not. It's hard to tell, right?
Oh, I don't
Um,
know. I don't know. I don't know. Look behind you.
Yeah, I think right now, like all the signs point to Shadeur. I mean, Mark Davis is talking to Shadeur after basketball games. He has a relationship with Tom Brady. I mean, there is something on Twitter about like him tweeting out stuff like after every like Raider game and
Mm-hmm.
like these little videos. I mean, it's all pointing
It's the
Shadeur, the
snippets.
Raiders.
It's the snippets.
It's just headed that way. Look, comparing the two, I think you look at Cam Ward, right? Right now, he has the best QBR in the country. You know,
Mhm.
he's a guy that when you look at a pure throw of the ball between the two, I think he's the more natural thrower.
I don't
When
know.
he's
I don't know.
Cam Ward
Like
has a
like
missile, bro.
no, he does. Like but with his deep pass accuracy, I think he struggles a little bit. Short and intermediate, he's got it
Yeah,
like
Cam Ward's
butter.
fantastic.
Shador, I feel like just has more pocket presence. My bad to cut you off, but go ahead.
No, 100%, 100%. And one thing that I do like about Cam Ward, obviously Miami did come off a definitely disappointing performance.
That fumble.
which, which probably isn't gonna back in my statement well, but for the majority,
Pretty good.
he's someone who is relaxed. He is calm under pressure, and I think he does have that extra year of experience compared to Shador Sanders at the college level.
Right.
Cam Ward is a fifth year senior. Shador is naturally this is his fourth year. Right.
Yeah, I forgot. Ward's a 5th year. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've given a comp to Cam Ward. My comp for him is CJ Stroud.
Okay.
Because again,
Yeah,
calm.
I can see it, yeah.
He's majorly a pocket passer. He's someone who has natural arm talent. And I think he's just someone who just naturally sees the field well. But moving on to Shadeur. Look, the aura is there. The confidence is there. I think he's definitely the better athlete between the two. and he is extremely accurate. Shadeur is extremely
No, no,
accurate.
no. That's what I like about him. And he also likes, if you watch him closely, he likes to throw more than he likes to run. So that's a
Mhm.
good injury wise, keeping him healthy as well.
Yeah, and I was just doing some research, man. Like last year, when he had his clean pocket rating, which is basically when he has a clean pocket, his decision making, he
Mm,
had a 93.2 grade, which is third in the FBS last year behind Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels.
yeah,
So clearly, when he has time to throw, he's going to make great decisions no matter
absolutely.
who's around him, right? And we saw the talent that he had last year as
Yeah, and
far as the offensive line.
that was with a terrible line, and that's where you got to give him credit because he was still putting up numbers. He was still being able to pull out some type of wins, and obviously, we say it all the time: protect your quarterback. You can't protect your quarterback, you're not going to win games, and he's not going to stay healthy. It's very hard for those two to just mesh.
100%. So when it comes to comp, because of that, how he's able to produce with maybe not the greatest resources around him, all obviously Travis Hunter, who's
The
going to be
only,
probably the Heisman winner or
I would
what
say so.
top three finalists. He's going to be a top pick in the
Absolutely,
draft.
I would hope
But
so.
yeah, for sure. My comp is Joe Burrow.
I like that.
Again, Joe Burrow, extremely accurate. He hits all his guys, and it kind of reminds me of when Joe Burrow, when he went to the Super Bowl, that first full year he was healthy. Obviously, his rookie year, he missed basically the entire season. That
Yeah,
offensive line the Bengals had was atrocious, and he still
he's
led that team to the Super Bowl.
yeah,
I feel like with Shadeur, he has shown at Colorado,
mm,
even with not a great offensive line,
yeah,
he's still been able to produce at a high
exactly.
level we saw last year. And this year, his numbers are projected are even across the board higher than they were last year as well. So
Way, way better. And as you see, they're catching more of a winning streak and more of a rhythm as a team. They weren't, it was a little shaky last year.
so if I had to pick between the two,
Mm.
you know what?
Good arguments for both. That's what I
I'm
mean.
riding with Shadeur, bro.
Yeah,
I'm riding with Shadeur Sanders.
I'm
It
going the
just
same
feels
route.
like it's gonna happen, bro. I gotta see it. And plus two, you know what? We're gonna also bring in Shiloh as well, the safety. We're bringing in all the Sanders. We're bringing Dion. Let's bring
Bringing
everybody, bro.
everybody, bringing the
Let's
whole
get it.
fam. You're bringing the whole fam. I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna go the same way. Honestly, man, it's a very easy decision, but then again, I feel like you can't go wrong either way, especially because Ward does have that extra year on him. And he puts up consistent stats, and you look through the years, he's consistently getting better each year. And a lot of NFL teams are now, you could kind of see they're looking for NFL ready, experienced quarterbacks. They're not really looking at these first year, 2 year guys no more.
Yeah, 100%. Especially too, like the scrutiny and the microscopes that have been on Shadeur, basically since he stepped a foot on Colorado. Not even talking about when he was at Jackson State.
Yeah,
Like the pressure's been there, and
for
for the
sure.
majority of it, he's performed.
Hmm.
So I think he steps into an NFL team day one, and I don't think it's going to be too much for him. I think it's just going to be, routine, and I think what he's going to expect, or what normal rookies expect, and like the fears and the nervousness. I don't
Yeah.
think you're going to see that from him from day one.
Yeah, no, he's got good composure. Obviously, his dad has probably prepped him for all this stuff.
Prime, bro.
It's literally prime. But you look at him going into the NFL along with Cam Ward, you gotta just put resources around these quarterbacks. Get the O line
Mhm.
straight and get them some weapons. It's that simple. As long as you build around these rookies, they will prosper. Look at C.J. Stroud. Look at Jaden Daniels. Prime examples.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yes, sir. And then what we got next, man?
So, look, we're gonna talk about the Jets, and you know what? Look, we all know that the Jets this season it's been a disgrace. It's been an
It's literally
absolute atrocity.
atrocious.
You know,
They just got cooked today.
it's it's easy, to put the blame on Aaron Rodgers, but the man is 40 years old. For the people that were expecting Aaron Rodgers to come in and be MVP Aaron Rodgers, throwing 40 touchdowns, 5,000 yards, no interceptions, those days are over. At this point, you expected Aaron Rodgers to at least take care of the football, make plays when he needs to make plays, particularly late in games, not put your teams in harm's way, and obviously with his experience and his leadership, that he'd be able to lead the young guys and make them better. Well, unfortunately, none of the things have happened. Look, the Jets right now are 3-7. That doesn't look Super Bowl aspirational to me. Um, and overall, which was the bread and butter of this team is defense. This defense has taken a little bit of a step back. This is a defense right now that is a bottom 10 in rushing louds, yard per game. They're middle of the pack when it comes to red zone defense. They're middle of the pack on third down defense. Last year, though, just talking about the step back they've taken. Last
Comparison.
year, they were the highest graded defense in the NFL at 90.8. They're nowhere clear. No,
I
nowhere
remember
close to that they are
everybody
this
was
year.
everybody loved the Jets defense last year.
Yeah, and then last year they had the second lowest first down conversion rate at 24.9%. They're nowhere near close to that. This defense is taking a step back, but it's hard to continue to count on a defense to be there game in, game out, season after season after season. Like
Hmm.
the expectation was the defense should still be good, but this offense to be better, and just hasn't come to fruition. Um, Brees Hall hasn't quite looked like himself throughout the entire season.
Not at
He's had
all.
moments. I think he's been above average at best.
I say
You know,
average, bro. He just hasn't been putting up the stats and hasn't looked the same. Not averaging
yeah.
his
I mean, he's
usual
averaging
yards per
just over
carry.
4 yards a carry, just over 4 yards. Which I mean, it's like I said, it's average. It's above average. So, and I think partially is because his offensive line. Coming into the season, they brought in Tyron Smith, they brought in Morgan Moses. Obviously, they were counting a lot on Elijah Vera Tucker to be healthy at guard
Yeah,
for this season, and this offensive line just hasn't been great. It hasn't been great in the run game, and you've seen with Brees Hall, and then obviously one of my favorite guys, man, Devontae Adams. When he came to this team, a lot of people thought, hey, they're going to go on a run now. Aaron Rodgers has his best friend. He has his buddy.
everything's fixed. Everything's fixed
Everything's fixed, and really outside of the Texans game, I mean, we haven't seen all-pro Devontae Adams. And really,
at all.
this entire season, we haven't seen that guy. It's really has been, we talked about, was it Alvin Kamara being like, it's Alvin Kamara bust for the Saints. It kind of feels like it's Garrett Wilson or bust for the Jets right now. So
Absolutely. He's their number one guy still. If you look on the stat sheet and if you just look at the game purely, he's getting the most targets, he's getting the most looks. It's just Aaron Rodgers as well. Like, is what you said earlier. People expected prime Aaron Rodgers. It's not what you're gonna get. Maybe before he had that injury, that freak
maybe,
injury in that first game, maybe
yeah.
you could have gotten a smidge of something of that prime Aaron Rodgers. A smidge. But now, coming off the injury with Devontae, you don't have excuses. And it's also like this defense just can't hold you up every single game, game in and
Mhm.
game out, especially when you can't put up points. You're 0-3 in the red zone, can't get it together. Aaron Rodgers isn't throwing down the field. It's very vanilla, that offense. It just kind of looks like it went all downhill after they fired Robert Saleh.
Yeah, Robert Saleh was his scapegoat, and I bet
For
he's really
sure.
happy to be in Green Bay right now working with Matt LaFleur.
Yeah.
Look, really outside of Garrett Wilson, you look at the Jets, that the big three of young guys they had was Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson, and Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner has taken a step back. He went from an all-pro corner, potential defensive player of the year type player to average at best. He hasn't been that guy this year at
A
all
lot
for the
of,
entire
lot of holding, a lot of jersey grabbing.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not seeing matched up with the number one wide receivers like he was that his rookie year. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing that right now. And you're talking about Brees Hall. So, it's gonna be interesting to see in these next few years if these guys can develop or they regress to the point where, they're not the foundational pieces that, we thought they were at one point.
Yeah, and I also think Garrett Wilson, you might want to start looking elsewhere, buddy, because it ain't looking good. Like everything might go right back into rebuild mode in New York, especially if Aaron is looking into retirement after this pitfall of a
Bro,
season.
if Aaron Rodgers retiring, bro, that's gonna be bro. Aaron Rodgers, bro.
He's
Bro,
old,
that's
bro.
bro. That is the ultimate, just like, bro. Like,
That's
I
the
don't mess
ultimate.
with
Hey, that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate. Straight
no,
F you,
for real,
literally.
bro. That'd be crazy.
And
But
I could see it happening knowing Aaron Rodgers.
look at the Jets right now. They're positioned to have a top pick. They're probably might have to draft a quarterback. You know, they might have to do that.
In reality, it would be a smart thing to do, and they could go what, round 2, round 3 maybe with it, or round 1.
They might have to go round 1, dude, because I mean,
It's
look at
true.
what look at kind of what the Packers did. Like Aaron Rodgers was playing at MVP level. They drafted Jordan Love in the first round. People
Yep.
slacked it. They said Aaron Rodgers, they haven't drafted a wide receiver, this and that.
Aaron
Look at the
Rodgers was
Packers
pissed
right
about
now.
that as well. Aaron
Exactly.
Rodgers was
Look at the
pissed about
Packers
that.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I'm the Jets, I'm taking a quarterback. Quarterback's the most important position, and they need to address that. If this is how Aaron Rodgers is going to look, this is not. It's not good enough, man. Like it's
Especially
just not.
long term, you know he's gonna coast off eventually, either whether it
Yeah.
be after this season or if he wants to go one more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
But I want to transition into some more positives here because Russell Wilson is back.
Russ, baby, let Russ cook.
Hey, they letting Russ cook right now because ever since coming in for Justin Fields, this offense has completely turned around in itself. 3-0 since coming in for Justin Fields. Can I just add that real quick? Playing at a very high level, this offense has just become consistent with putting up points. George Pickens is being used as he should be. Shout out George Pickens. I got no disrespect, nothing bad to say about you. Shout out George Pickens. You're a great player.
This guy's crazy, man.
737 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception in 3 games for Russell Wilson. Caleb, give me your thought process of what this dude has done from looking like he's completely washed on the Broncos to a resurgence in his career.
Yeah, I think clearly it just didn't work out with Russell in Denver. Nathaniel Hackett clearly as not. I mean, when Nathaniel Hackett as an OC was terrible with the Jets. As a head coach, I think terrible is a nicer word. I think he was god awful with the Broncos as a head coach. I mean, he had one good season with the Packers as Aaron Rodgers OC, but what do you do? So
Right.
I just think the whole Russell Denver thing, it was a good story because Denver been looking for a quarterback since Peyton Manning,
For so
but
long.
it didn't fit. It didn't
Not at
fit,
all.
especially
Not
with
at all.
Sean Payton. Sean Payton wants his guy. Sean Payton is used to coaching Drew Brees, a Hall of Fame quarterback, and Russell Wilson's a Hall of Fame guy too. But what I'm saying is, I think Sean Payton wants his guy where he can mold in similar to what he did to Drew Brees in New Orleans all those years. But going to a place like Pittsburgh where clearly he was wanted, Mike Tomlin, like for them to bench Justin Fields at that time when they were still winning games, I thought Justin Fields was playing at a pretty good level.
Mm-hmm.
I think that showed the faith that they had in Russell Wilson for them to make that move at that point and go to him. And it's just been to this point, man. It's been a success. I mean, Mike Williams,
that Steelers
that
team
catch
just
he
knows how
made,
to win.
100%. I mean, Mike Williams, that catch he made, and shout out to Mike Williams getting that touchdown, man. It's great to see him. And again, his play style fits this system. Russell Wilson is a deep ball thrower. That's what he's been going back to his days in Seattle. You have that with George Pickens, and now you have it with Mike Williams. It fits this team. And then you look at Pittsburgh. They have a great defense, similar to what he had in Seattle. So this team, I feel like it just the culture, the coach, the scheme, I just think it fits better with Russell in Pittsburgh and his confidence. You can see on his face. He's smiling again. He's over there dancing. He's going like this, all this kind of stuff.
Right.
I mean, Russell has his swagger back, man. And
he sure does.
And you look at him, like his QB rating in these 3 games is at 106, which is higher than it was the previous 2 seasons. His passing yards at 246 per game is also higher than it was those last couple years in Denver. So
and for all the Russell Wilson haters, and I was once a huge Russell Wilson hater, I just gone to appreciate him more getting older. He went up against in his first 2 games Jets and Giants. Obviously not the greatest opposition. Everyone, it's a sorry ass team. Of course he's going to put up the numbers. Well, he went toe to toe with the Commanders, and Commanders look like a playoff team right now. And you look at their schedule down the line. There's some big tests: Ravens, Bengals, Eagles, Ravens again. So we're going to see if Russell can stack up with these playoff teams and if this team can actually make a run here.
100%, man. It would be. I'm not gonna lie. I'm rooting for Russ, man,
Yeah.
because you know,
On a different team, I'll always root for us. I don't. Yeah.
like it would be the ultimate, like just like wow, like he wanted to leave Seattle. He wanted to go to a place where he can have more control and be the guy. And I think Seattle too. They kind of want to move on. He goes to Denver. It's a complete flop. It doesn't work out. He goes to Pittsburgh. He's the guy, but then he's injured to start the season. Justin Fields is playing well, so is Russell going to come back? Then
Well,
Russell comes back.
if you look at it, not to diss Justin Fields. Oh, I hit the mic. Not to diss Justin Fields.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say he wasn't playing well. It's because he wasn't playing bad. I feel like it was just fairly average, and the offense
Yeah.
wasn't finishing off drives and putting up not enough points because they were still winning games, but the defense was carrying them and keeping it close. And I think when
Mhm.
Russell came in, he obviously they putting up 20, 30 points a game now.
Yeah, and then I was going to actually add on that too. Like, and you clearly see with George Pickens, he's more happier. And they're going to George Pickens early in games to keep him, in tune, to keep him locked in. That was one thing that Justin Field did struggle. He did struggle to get the ball to Pickens, to get it outside to the receivers. It was a lot of option, a lot of heavy run sets with him at quarterback. Like you said, they were scoring their winning games, but you're right. Their offensive flow wasn't quite there. And with Russ, it seems
You
to
could
all
see
around
it.
exactly. Najee Harris, who's quietly having a really good season as well at the
Quietly.
running back position. So keep it going, Russ, bro. I'm rooting for you, bro.
Shout out Russ. Hey man, quick little show today. But last topic, man, Caleb surprised the people real quick. What are we gonna talk about?
Man, so man, we gotta talk about basketball, man. Why we got to. I got
It's in
basketball
season.
jerseys.
It's
I
in
got
season.
basketball jerseys in the back right there. We gotta do it. But now,
Rest in
man,
peace, Kobe. Rest in peace, Kobe.
the GOAT. Come on, man. You know that. Look, Lamelo Ball, man. This guy right now is playing on a crazy level.
Yeah.
Fair to say, I think best point guard in the East.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's debating about, but overall,
It
I
is.
think Lamelo Ball has gone up that point guard ranking for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for
What
sure.
you think?
It is really about, for me, I feel like it's him staying on the court, right? Had a lot of injuries, missing a lot of games in the last 2 years. He had that really good season. I believe it was in 21 or 22. Correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong. But just his play style is so interesting. No one really plays like LaMelo. He plays like he's in slides. I hear people say that a lot.
Nah,
But
he hoops casually, bro.
it's so casual, but it's like he has a certain flow. He can get to the rim. His layup bag is ridiculous. He finds any way to finish, and his shot. People love to give him crap about his shot. It goes
works.
in. It goes in. If it works, don't fix it. He's averaging 28 points per game right now. So that's 7th in the league right now. And I just feel like he doesn't get the credit, especially because of the team he's on, and he doesn't have the pieces to help him win those close games. It's a lot of close games with the Hornets. They're not a terrible team, just not enough scores. And you could tell LaMelo's completely carrying that team. And attest to tonight, I think they lost to the Sixers. LaMelo had like 38. You look at the rest of the team.
He hit that three, bro.
He hit that three,
clutch,
yeah. And that's another thing. LaMelo's extremely clutch, and I think he's one of the more underrated point guards in the league, especially because he does get injured quite often. But if we're talking ranking, brother, you got arguments that right now he's playing better than De'Aaron Fox. He's playing better than Ja. He's playing better than Dame.
Dame is debatable, but
Dame is debatable.
Right,
Dame is debatable.
He's playing better than Steph. Well, Steph balled out tonight, but
Steph balled out
for the
tonight.
majority, he's been playing better than Steph.
Yeah,
I would say better than Trae Young. I mean, Kyrie's been balling. Yeah. I mean, I want to say Luke, but Luke is like a point forward. Like he's a.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No. I would put Luka at one, but then again, I consider Luka a point guard at this point, just because he's the one in that offense. He brings it up usually, and you can't forget Kyrie. Kyrie's that guy.
Nah, I mean, look, you talked about Lamelo Ball being underrated. I think that's out the window now. Like Lamelo Ball, clearly, people were questioning him. Is he good enough to be the franchise guy? Because shout out to Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller, his teammates been balling right now. And that's talk about duos. That's a young, very good duo in the NBA right now. Charlotte definitely has two guys that they definitely can build around for the future.
I could see
as
Lamelo.
well.
I could see Lamelo elsewhere, in my opinion.
Possibly, but man, the way it's looking, man, Charlotte gonna do everything they can to take him. With like, hey, that
Oh,
money talks, man. That
with
money
money,
talks, bro.
with money wise, I don't think it's a problem with Lamelo. They're going to give him as much money as they absolutely can, and I think Lamelo would sign if it is all about the money. But if you want a ring, dog.
I mean, he's still young, bro.
He's still no. I'm not saying it's like now or never. But I just feel like he would be so much better elsewhere. If the Warriors just drafted this man, it'd be so much better.
Here we go.
Hey, I was one of the advocates for LaMelo that year, and then everyone was on, we need a center, but I was like, it's not a particularly good pick given his injury history. I know we need a center, but look at it in hindsight.
Yeah, I mean, and
especially when they got rid of D'Lo, you literally could have had him fit in right there.
Yeah, and anyway, going quickly back to him averaging 28 a game, also like his assisting, his rebounding, he's getting guys involved. He's in transition. He's dynamic in transition.
His pass IQ and accuracy is absolutely disgusting. With the no looks, with the flashiness, knowing where guys are at, and just completely fooling the defense in general. Looks like he's just playing street ball.
Yeah, so I think fair to say right now, Lamelo Ball right now is a top 3 point guard in the NBA. Right now.
Hey.
Right now.
I like that.
There's only two guys right now that I would say I would definitely put him over. I would go Dame. I would go Dame and Kyrie. I think him and Luka right now are 1A, 1B.
Okay.
Definitely top 4.
I can hear it.
But I say top 3.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree. LaMelo definitely deserves his credit, especially because he is sticking on the court right now. And I just want to give he's not all around like his brother. Brother more all around point guard. But LaMelo is still that guy, and I think years to come, he's going to stay in that top echelon with point guards.
So is LaMelo top 3 for you? What is he? Top 5?
He's top 5.
So would you rather have LaMelo or Dame right now?
Right now, LaMelo.
LaMelo? Okay.
Yeah, just because Dame's so – I don't know about Dame right now. Like, Dame is – I need to see Dame get on a roll.
For one game, I'd probably go Dame. But for a season and going forward, I go LaMelo because of his age. And, bro, LaMelo's what, like 6'6"? Is he like 6'6"?
6'7"? He's 6'7" now. 6'7".
Yeah,
now.
Bro. And he can do multiple things on the court. Like, Dame at this point, like, yes, he can facilitate, but Dame at this point is mainly he's a scorer. Exactly. LaMelo can do a bit of everything.
And LaMelo brings energy, bro. And also, please, LaMelo, hit up Stephen Curry for the ankle problems, dog. Serious.
Yeah.
Because hey, Curry found out eventually, and he finally could stay healthy with his ankles. Remember, that was a huge problem for him. And then people were kind of saying the same thing with LaMelo, keeping him out. So hit him up.
Yeah. Then you just talked about Lonzo. Big shout out to Lonzo
shout out to Lonzo, bro.
To being on the court again, man. Because at one point I thought he wasn't going to play again with the knee injuries and how crazy it got. And it's great to see him back out there playing, man. And bro. I had a conversation with my pops, bro. When Lonzo got hurt a few years ago, when they had it was Lonzo, they brought in Caruso.
No. Before Lonzo's injury, he was one of the top guards in the league that year.
And the Bulls at that point, bro, they were a top 3 team in the East, bro. You had Lonzo, you had Caruso coming off the bench with his defense, bro. You had DeRozan, you had Levine, you had Vucevic. But when Lonzo went down. Yeah, when Lonzo went down, it completely changed the trajectory of that team and the future of that team.
Yeah.
Obviously, DeRozan isn't there no more, but Nah, bro. Before that Lonzo injury a few years ago, bro, the Bulls were a sneaky team to come out the East, bro, years ago. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No, it's just unfortunate, but it's so good to see Lonzo like just back on the court and his peak. Lonzo's one of the best all around
he's a
point
good
guards I
player,
know,
bro. He's solid, bro. He's
bro.
solid.
Just all around shot, passing, IQ,
His
defense.
defense, too.
His
Yeah,
defense is elite.
yeah.
One of the top defenses in my opinion. But yeah, man, that's gonna cap off the show. A little shorter one, little quicker one, little digestible episode for y'all.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
want to go give a like, go ahead and subscribe. We need more subscribers, man. We need more of y'all to tune in.
Show
Go
some
ahead and
love, man.
follow the socials. Follow all the socials. They're up there and they down there. And any last words, my boy?
Nah, man. Like I said every time, I
Hey,
enjoy. We enjoy
that's
keep
right.
to bring this content to you guys, and it's fun to just talk sports and you know
Get
maybe
my
the Raiders get a win soon.
get my casual takes. Feel me?
Yeah,
Yes,
casual.
sir. Yeah, extremely, extremely. Know it well. All right, y'all. It's been me and your boy Caleb, man. We're gonna see you on the next one. We out. Peace.
Dude.